noise gets loud and the road feels long, when the weight of the world says you don't belong, when every step forward feels like a fight, and you're searching for a spark in the darkest night. You don't have to force what you can't control. There's a deeper rhythm moving through your soul, not by power, not by might alone, but by something greater you've always known. There's a quiet strength rising up in you, like the dawn breaking through the blue. You were never meant to walk this blind. There's a guiding light already aligned. When your hands feel weak and your heart runs dry, when your dreams seem too far to even try, close your eyes, feel the breath within. There's a force of life that will always begin, not in rushing winds or a storming flame, but a steady whisper calling your name. Step by step you will find your way, even in the shadows there's a brighter day. You are stronger than fear, deeper than doubt. There's a truth inside you crying out. Every fall is shaping who you'll be. Every scar writes your destiny. So don't measure your worth by what you see. There's a bigger story, a deeper key, not by power, not by might alone, but by a living hope you've always known. Rise again, even when it's hard. Every moment's a brand new start. There's a vision waiting in your heart, a masterpiece, a work of art. Let the unseen carry you through when there's nothing left you think you can do. There's a hand that lifts, a path that bends, a quiet strength that never ends. You were made for more than just getting by. There's a purpose written in your sky. Every breath is a second chance to move forward, to rise, to dance. So take that step, don't be afraid. Even when the light begins to fade, there's a power beyond what you can see, working gently, setting you free. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. And when the world says you're not enough, you'll stand unshaken, bold and tough, because the strength you need is already near, in every hope, in every tear. And the path ahead will start to clear as you move beyond your fear. So keep going, don't let go. There's a deeper current you will know, and in the end you will see you were carried to your destiny. When the night stretches wide and silence feels loud, when you're lost in a sea of an endless crowd, when the mirror too weak to glow. You don't have to climb every mountain alone. There's a hidden strength you've always been shown, not by force, not by will, that breaks and bends, but by a deeper current that never ends. There's a breath in your chest that won't give in. Even after loss, it begins again, like the tide that returns to kiss the shore. You are made to rise, to become much more. When your hands let go and your plans fall through, and the sky turns gray out of perfect blue, there's a whisper soft in the space between, calling you forward to unseen dreams. It's not in the rush, not in endless chase, but in stillness you'll find your place. Every step, though it feels unsure, is shaping a path that will endure. You are not the sum of your broken days. You are more than the noise, the fear, the haze. Every doubt is a passing cloud. It cannot silence what's true and loud. So breathe in deep, let the pressure fall. You don't have to carry it all. There's a power beyond what eyes can trace, moving softly with endless grace. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. In every tear, in every scar, there's a light reminding who you are. Rise when it feels like you can't go on. Even the darkest night meets dawn. Every ending becomes a door, leading you to something more. There's a vision planted deep inside. Through every storm, it will not hide. The winds may shake and shadows creep. The roots you carry run too deep. You were never meant to fade away. There's a fire in you that's here to stay. Not loud, not wild, but steady and true. A quiet strength that's guiding you. When the world demands you prove your worth, remember the value of your birth. You are here for a reason clear, even when the path's unclear. So take one step and one again. Through the loss, the doubt, the pain, there's a rhythm beneath it all. A gentle voice that will not fall. And when you feel you've lost your way, look within, don't drift away. There's a force that carries you through, stronger than anything you ever knew. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper seed that's grown. And in the end, you will see you were shaped for eternity. So stand, even when you shake. Every risk is worth the take. There's a future calling your name. Beyond the fear, beyond the flame. Keep your heart open, let it guide. There's nothing real you need to hide. And step by step you'll come to see you are becoming who you're meant to be. Town. When the morning feels heavy before it begins, and you're carrying echoes of where you've been. When every direction looks the same shade of gray, and the strength that you had feels miles away. You don't have to rush to become something more. You are already standing at a meaningful door, not by pressure, not by endless fight, but by a quiet pull toward what is right. There's a rhythm alive underneath all the noise, beyond all the fear, beyond all the voids. It moves like a current you can't always see, but it's leading you where you're meant to be. When your steps feel slow and your vision unclear, and your loudest thoughts are driven by fear, pause for a moment, just breathe it in. There's a deeper place where you can begin, not in the rush of proving your name, not in the chase of temporary fame, but in the stillness you'll recognize a truth that never fades or dies. You are not defined by the weight of the past, nor by the speed that you think you must last. Every moment is shaping your view, every trial revealing what's true. So don't be afraid when the road disappears. Some paths are built through patience and tears. Every detour, every delay is carving a stronger, wiser way. There's a light that flickers but won't burn out, even surrounded by waves of doubt. And though it feels small in the darkest place, it holds the power to change your pace. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a seed your heart has grown. Through every fall, through every rise, you're learning to see with clearer eyes. When your voice feels lost in a crowded sound, and you're searching for solid ground, know there's a truth that stands unshaken, even when everything else feels taken. You were never meant to walk unseen. There's purpose woven in every scene. Even the chapters you wish to erase hold hidden beauty, hidden grace. So stand once more, even if you fall. There's meaning written through it all, and every step that you choose to take is building a future you'll one day make. Let go of the need to control the end. There's wisdom in learning how to bend, like a tree that sways but will not break. You grow stronger with every ache. There's a vision waiting beyond your sight, not in the dark but through the night, guiding you gently, step by step, through every valley you have kept. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth you've always known. And when the world feels cold and wide, you'll find a steady place inside. So keep moving forward, don't look away. Even the night gives birth to day. There's something greater within your soul, quietly making you whole. And in the end, when you finally see through all you've faced and all you'll be, you'll realize through every storm you've gone, you were being carried all along. When the sky feels closed and the air runs thin, and the battle outside feels strong within, when every answer seems far away and hope feels faint at the break of day, you don't have to hold up the world on your own. There's a deeper strength you've already known, not by force, not by striving alone, but by a quiet power steadily grown. There's a pulse in your heart that won't fade out, even surrounded by waves of doubt. It beats with a rhythm older than fear, a steady reminder you're meant to be here. When your path feels lost in a shifting land and nothing turns out the way you planned, there's a truth that stands when all else falls, a gentle voice that softly calls. Not in the noise of a restless race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where clarity rises calm and wide, and a deeper knowing lives inside. You are not your failures, not your mistakes, not the pressure of paths the world creates. You are more than the way you feel today. There's a brighter truth lighting your way. So don't give up when the road feels steep. Some promises are yours to keep. Every struggle is shaping you strong. Every silence is where you belong. There's a light within that won't be denied, even when shadows try to hide. And though it flickers, it still remains through every loss and all the pains. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your soul has grown. In every tear, in every scar, there's a sign of how resilient you are. Rise again when you feel you can't. Even the smallest step will grant a new direction, a clearer view of the strength that's already in you. There's a vision calling from deep inside, not in pride, but a steady guide. It doesn't rush, it doesn't shout, but it shows the way through every doubt. You were made for more than just to survive. There's a deeper reason you're alive. Every breath is a chance to begin, to align with the truth within. When the world feels heavy and pulls you low, there's a hidden current that helps you flow. Not always seen, not always loud, but it lifts you gently above the crowd. So take your time, don't fear the pace. Growth is not a hurried race. Every moment has its place, and shaping you with quiet grace. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a seed your heart has sown. And as it grows, you'll start to see a path unfolding endlessly. So keep your eyes on what is true, even when storms are breaking through. There's a strength that won't depart, rooted deep within your heart. And one day soon you'll understand, through every trial, through every stand, you were never walking on your own. You were guided, shaped, and gently grown. When the road turns quiet and the light clouds burn low, and you're standing still, unsure where to go. When the weight of dreams feels hard to hold, and every step feels tired and cold. You don't have to push beyond your breath. You don't have to conquer every depth. Not by force, not by might alone, but by a deeper strength you've always known. There's a spark inside you, soft but real, not always loud, but enough to feel like a steady flame that won't burn out even in seasons of fear and doubt. When the world moves fast and you feel behind, and questions echo inside your mind, pause for a moment, just stay where you are. You're closer than you think, not far. Not in the rush, not in the race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where clarity forms and courage grows in ways that only your heart knows. You are not late, you are not wrong, you are learning where you belong. Every delay has meaning too, it's shaping something deep in you. So breathe in slow, let the pressure go. You don't need all the answers to know. There's a quiet way, a guiding line, leading you forward, one step at a time. There's a truth within you, steady and bright, even when hidden from your sight. And though the journey may twist and bend, it's carrying you to a greater end. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a living hope you've grown. Through every fall, through every climb, you're becoming more with time. When your strength feels small and your heart feels weak, there's a deeper voice that starts to speak. Not in fear, not in demand, but in a calm you'll understand. You were made for more than just to cope. There's a future filled with hope. Every breath is a chance to rise, to see with new and clearer eyes. So take one step, however small. You don't need to see it all. There's a path unfolding just for you, with every choice you follow through. And when you reach the other side, you'll see the strength that lived inside. Not loud, not fast, but strong and true. A quiet power that carried you. When the ground feels unsure beneath your feet, and every plan ends in quiet defeat. When the voice in your head says you're not enough, and the days ahead just feel too tough, you don't have to fight every war alone. There's a deeper strength you've always known. Not by force, not by might alone, but by a quiet power that's gently grown. There's a current moving you can't always see, through every doubt, through uncertainty. It flows like a river beneath the noise, guiding your heart beyond all the voids. When your energy fades and your hope runs thin, and you question where to even begin, close your eyes, take a breath, stay still. There's a deeper place beyond your will. Not in the rush, not in the endless chase, but in surrender you'll find your pace, where clarity rises without demand, and strength appears you didn't plan. You are not defined by the fear you feel. There's a deeper truth that's always real. Every moment you choose to stand is rewriting the story you understand. So don't give up when it feels too late. Some paths are shaped by the weight you face. Every step, even slow and small, is still a step that moves you through it all. There's a light that lives where you can't explain. It doesn't vanish in loss or pain. Though shadows fall and nights grow long, it keeps on whispering, you are strong. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. In every fall, in every rise, you're learning to see through clearer eyes. When the world feels loud and pulls you apart, return to the silence inside your heart. There's a steady rhythm you can trust, beyond the pressure, beyond the must. You were made for more than just to endure. There's a deeper calling, strong and sure. Every breath is a chance to align with a path that's quietly divine. When nothing makes sense and the way feels closed, there's a hidden door you've not yet known. It opens slowly, without demand, as you choose to trust what you can't yet plan. So take your time, don't rush the view. What's meant for you will come to you. There's a wisdom growing day by day, even when you feel you've lost your way. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a seed your soul has sown. And as it grows, you'll start to see a path unfolding naturally. So stand again, even if you fall. There is meaning woven through it all, and one day soon you'll understand you were guided by an unseen hand. When the horizon blurs and you can't see far, and you wonder if you've come too far from who you are. When the weight of tomorrow steals today's breath, and every step feels like dancing with doubt and depth. You don't have to carry the future alone. There's a deeper rhythm already grown. Not by force, not by might alone, but by a quiet strength you've always known. There's a light that lingers behind your fear, near. Even when shadows cover your view, it's patiently waiting to guide you through. When your energy fades and your courage bends, and the road ahead never seems to end, pause for a moment, just breathe and stay. You're not as lost as you feel today. Not in a rush, not in a race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where clarity rises without demand and strength appears you didn't plan. You are not defined by the pace you keep, nor by the promises you couldn't keep. Every moment you choose to try is proof that something inside won't die. So don't give up when the climb feels steep. Some victories are yours to keep. Even the smallest step you take is shaping the path you're meant to make. There's a truth within you, quiet and deep, that wakes you gently from restless sleep. It doesn't shout, it doesn't push, but moves your heart with a steady hush. By power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. Through every fall, through every rise, you're learning to see with wiser eyes. When the world feels loud and pulls you wide, return again to the place inside, where a calm remains unshaken true, a steady ground that carries you. You were made for more than just to survive. There's a deeper reason you're alive. Every breath is a chance to renew, to realign with what is true. When doors seem closed and the way feels tight, there's a path unfolding out of sight. It forms in steps you choose each day, in quiet trust along the way. So take your time, don't fear delay. Growth has never rushed its way. Every season, dark or bright, is shaping you with hidden light. There's a vision planted in your soul, not for control, but to make you whole. It grows in silence, deep and slow, through every high and every low. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper seed you've sown. And as it rises, you will see a life unfolding endlessly. So stand again, even when you shake. Every risk is worth the take. There's a strength in you that won't depart, rooted deep within your heart. And when you look back down the road you've gone, through every dusk and every dawn, you'll finally see, so clear, so true, there was something greater carrying you. When the sky feels heavy and the colors fade, and you question the choices you've made, when the silence echoes louder than sound, and you're searching for solid ground, you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to conquer every doubt, not by force, not by might alone, but by a quiet strength already grown. There's a rhythm alive beneath your breath, stronger than fear, deeper than depth. It moves in ways you can't control, yet it's guiding the course of your soul. When your vision blurs and your heart feels tight and you can't seem to see the light, close your eyes, just stay for a while. There's a hidden path beyond denial. Not in the rush, not in the race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where truth unfolds without demand, and peace arise without command. You are not defined by a single fall. There's meaning rising through it all. Every crack lets the light come through, revealing strength that was always you. So don't be afraid of the slower pace. Growth is not a hurried race. Every moment, both strong and weak, is teaching you what you seek. There's a flame inside you, calm and bright. It doesn't fade in the longest night. Those storms may shake and shadows stay. It quietly shows a better way. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. Through every loss, through every gain, you are rising again and again. When the world feels loud and pulls you thin, return to the quiet place within. There's a steady voice, soft but clear, cutting through every doubt and fear. You were made for more than just to stand. There's a deeper call, you'll understand. Every breath is a chance to align with a purpose greater than time. When the road ahead seems hard to trust and your dreams are covered in dust, there's a hand unseen, a gentle guide leading you from the inside. So take one step, even unsure. You don't need to know what's in store. There's a path unfolding day by day, as you choose to move anyway. There's a vision growing deep in your soul, not for control, but to make you whole. It doesn't rush, it doesn't break, but forms in every choice you make. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a seed your heart has sown. And as it rises you will see a life unfolding endlessly. So stand again, even if you fall. There is purpose through it all, and one day soon you'll understand. You were guided by a greater hand. Through every night and every new dawn, through every loss you thought was gone, you were being shaped steady and true by something greater leading you, Jewel. When the wind feels cold and the road turns steep, and the promises you made are hard to keep. When your strength runs low and your heart feels tired, and the fire within seems slowly expired, you don't have to prove what you're worth today. You don't have to force every step of the way. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper strength you've always known. There's a current flowing beneath your fear, quietly moving, always near. It doesn't rush, it doesn't break, but it leads you forward with every step. take a breath, let the silence speak. There's a deeper strength inside the weak. Not in the noise, not in the race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where truth rises without demand, and peace arrives like a gentle hand. You are not defined by the days you fall. There's a meaning woven through it all. Every scar, every hidden tear is shaping courage year by year. So don't give up when the night feels long. Even the silence holds a song. Every step, even unsure, is building something strong and pure. There's a light inside that won't burn out, even surrounded by fear and doubt. It may be quiet, it may be small, but it's enough to outshine it all. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. Through every fall, through every rise, you're learning to see with clearer eyes. When the world feels heavy and pulls you low, there's a deeper place where you can go. A calm that stays when all else shakes, a steady ground no storm can take. You were made for more than just to survive. There's a deeper reason you're alive. Every breath is a chance to begin to reconnect with the strength within. When doors seem closed and paths unclear, and every step is filled with fear, there's a way unfolding you cannot see, forming through quiet trust and honesty. So take your time, don't rush the pace. Growth is found in unseen space. Every moment, both dark and bright, is guiding you toward the light. There's a vision planted deep in your soul, not to control, but to make you whole. It grows through patience, through every test, turning your struggle into your best. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper seed you've sown. And as it rises, you will see a life unfolding endlessly. So stand again, even when you break. Every risk is worth the take. There's a strength in you that will remain through every loss, through every pain. And when you look back on all you've been through every moment that shaped you, you'll finally see, steady and true, there was something greater carrying you. When the night feels endless and the stars don't show, and you're carrying questions you can't let go, when every answer seems out of reach, and the silence says more than words can teach, you don't have to solve every piece tonight. You don't have to win every hidden fight. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper strength already grown. There's a quiet pulse that won't disappear. Even in doubt, it's always near. It moves like a whisper under your skin, calling you softly to rise again. When your strength feels gone and your hope runs thin, and you don't know where to begin, just let the moment stay. There's a hidden path in the waiting space. Not in the rush, not in the race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where truth unfolds without demand, and peace arrives like an open hand. You are not defined by the fear you face, nor by the speed of your running pace. Every pause has a deeper role, it's shaping the core of your soul. So don't turn back when the road feels steep. Some promises are yours to keep. Every step, even through doubt, is what this journey is all about. There's a light inside that won't burn low, even when shadows start to grow. It doesn't shout, it doesn't rush, but leads you forward with a steady hush. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. Through every fall, through every climb, you are unfolding in perfect time. When the world feels loud and pulls you wide, return again to the place inside where calm remains and strength is true. A deeper ground that carries you. You were made for more than just to stay. There's a vision calling you each day. Every breath is a chance to rise, to see your path with clearer eyes. When the way ahead feels hard to trust, and your dreams are covered in dust, there's a gentle force you cannot see, shaping your future quietly. So take one step, even unsure. You don't need to know what's in store. There's a path forming under your feet, with every moment you choose to meet. There's a vision growing deep inside, not in pride, but a steady guide. It doesn't fade, it doesn't break, but strengthens with each choice you make. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper seed you've sown. And as it rises, you will see a life unfolding endlessly. So stand again, even when you fall. There is meaning through it all, and one day soon you'll understand. You were guided by an unseen hand, through every night and every dawn, through every moment you held on. You were being shaped, steady and true, by something greater carrying you. When the road feels silent and the signs are gone, and you're not quite sure where you belong, when the weight of doubt pulls at your feet, and every step feels like retreat, you don't have to have all the strength today. You don't have to see the entire way. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper truth already grown. There's a quiet echo inside your chest, a steady rhythm that knows you best. It doesn't rush, it doesn't shout, but gently leads you through the doubt. When your energy fades and your heart feels low, and the dreams you held don't seem to grow, just breathe in slow, let yourself be. There's a hidden path you're meant to see. Not in the rush, not in the race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where clarity forms without demand, and strength returns without command. You are not defined by the pace you keep, nor by the promises you couldn't keep. Every moment you rise again is a quiet victory over the pain. So don't give up when the climb feels steep. Even when shadows try to stay. It may be soft, it may be slight, but it's enough to guide your sight. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. Through every fall, through every rise, you are learning to see with wiser eyes. When the world feels loud and pulls you wide, return again to the place inside where calm remains and peace is true. Steady ground that carries you. You were made for more than just to stay. There's a vision calling you each day. Every breath is a chance to rise, to see your path with clearer eyes. When the future feels hard to trust and your hopes are covered in dust, there's a gentle force you cannot see, shaping your way quietly. So take one step, even unsure. You don't need to know what's in store. There's a path unfolding in its time. With every moment you choose to climb, there's a vision growing deep in your soul. Not for control, but to make you whole. It strengthens slowly, day by day, guiding your heart along the way. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper seed you've sown. And as it rises, you will see a life unfolding endlessly. So stand again, even when you break. Every risk is worth the take. There's a strength in you that won't depart, rooted deep within your heart. And when you look back on all you've been through every moment that carried you, you'll finally see, steady and true, there was something greater carrying you. When the light feels distant and the road is unclear, and the loudest voice you hear is fear. When every step feels heavier than before, and you're not sure what you're fighting for. You don't have to hold everything in place. You don't have to win every race. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper strength you've always known. There's a quiet breath that fills your soul, a steady rhythm making you whole. It doesn't rush, it doesn't demand, but gently leads you by the hand. When your vision fades and your heart feels tight, and you can't seem to find the light, pause for a moment, just stay inside. There's a deeper truth you cannot hide. Not in the noise, not in the endless race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where clarity rises calm and wide, and a steady peace lives deep inside. You are not defined by the fears you feel. There's a deeper truth that's always real. Every moment you choose to stand is building a life you didn't plan. So don't give up when the path feels long. Even your silence holds a song. Every step, though unsure and small, is leading you through it all. There's a light light within that won't burn out, even surrounded by waves of doubt. Though it flickers, it still remains through every loss and all the pain. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. Through every fall, through every rise, you are learning to see with clearer eyes. When the world feels heavy and pulls you low, there's a deeper place where you can go. A quiet space that won't be shaken. Even when everything feels taken, you were made for more than just to survive. There's a deeper reason you're alive. Every breath is a chance to renew, to reconnect with what is true. When doors seem closed and the way feels tight, and you're surrounded by endless night, there's a hidden path you cannot see, forming through trust and honesty. So take your time, don't rush the pace. Growth is found in unseen space. Every moment, both strong and weak, is shaping the life you seek. There's a vision planted deep in your soul, not to control but to make you whole. It grows through patience, through every test, turning your struggle into your best. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper seed you've sown. And as it rises, you will see a life unfolding endlessly. So stand again, even when you fall. There is purpose through it all, and one day soon you'll understand. You were guided by an unseen hand, through every shadow, through every dawn, through every moment you held on. You were being shaped, steady and true, by something greater carrying you. When the path feels hidden and the map is gone, and you're not sure where you're leaning on. When the weight of the moment pulls you low, and you're questioning all that you know. You don't have to force what won't align. You don't have to rush against the time. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper strength already grown. There's a quiet current under your breath, stronger than fear, deeper than depth. It flows through places you cannot see, yet it's shaping who you're meant to be. When your vision dims and your heart feels tight, and you're searching hard for a sign of light, pause for a moment, just stay within. There's a deeper place where you begin. Not in the rush, not in the endless race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where truth unfolds without demand, and peace arrives like an open hand. You are not defined by the doubts you face, nor by the speed of your running pace. Every moment you rise again is a quiet victory over the pain. So don't give up when the road feels long. Even your silence holds a song. Every step, even unsure and small, is building something beyond it all. There's a light in inside that won't fade away. Even when shadows try to stay, it may be soft, it may be slight, but it's enough to guide your sight. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. Through every fall, through every rise, you are learning to see with wiser eyes. When the world feels loud and pulls you wide, return again to the place inside where calm remains and strength is true. A steady ground that carries you. You were made for more than just to endure. There's a deeper calling, strong and sure. Every breath is a chance to align with a purpose beyond what you define. When the future feels uncertain and dim, and your hope feels worn at the rim, there's a gentle force you cannot see, still working quietly, setting you free. So take one step, even unsure. You don't need to know what's in store. There's a path unfolding day by day as you choose to move anyway. There's a vision growing deep in your soul, not for control, but to make you whole. It strengthens slowly through every test, turning your struggle into your best. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper seed you've sown. And as it rises, you will see a life unfolding endlessly. So stand again, even when you break. Every risk is worth the take. There's a strength in you that won't depart, rooted deep within your heart. And when you look back on all you've been through every moment that carried you, you'll finally see, steady and true, there was something greater guiding you. When the road feels distant and your steps grow slow, and you're holding on but don't quite know. When the weight of the world rests on your chest, and even your silence won't let you rest. You don't have to carry it all alone. There's a deeper strength you've always known. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a quiet force steadily grown. There's a breath within that won't let go. Through every high and every low, it moves like a tide you cannot see, yet it's shaping who you're meant to be. When your vision fades and your heart feels tight, and you're searching hard for a trace of light, pause for a moment, just stay inside. There's a deeper truth you cannot hide. Not in the rush, not in the endless race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where clarity forms without demand, and peace arrives like an open hand. You are not defined by the fears you feel. There's a deeper truth that's always real. Every moment you choose to stand is building a life you didn't plan. So don't give up when the climb feels steep. Some promises are yours to keep. Every step, even unsure and small, is still a step that moves you through it all. There's a light inside that won't burn out, even surrounded by waves of doubt. It may be quiet, it may be slight, but it's enough to outshine the night. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a truth your heart has grown. Through every fall, through every rise, you are learning to see with clearer eyes. Feels loud and pulls you wide, return again to the place inside where calm remains and strength is true. A steady ground that carries you. You were made for more than just to survive. There's a deeper reason you're alive. Every breath is a chance to renew, to reconnect with what is true. When the future feels uncertain and dim, and your hope feels worn at the rim, there's a gentle force you cannot see, still working quietly, setting you free. So take one step, even unsure. You don't need to know what's in store. There's a path unfolding day by day, as you choose to move anyway. There's a vision growing deep in your soul, not for control, but to make you whole. It strengthens slowly through every test, turning your struggle into your best. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper seed you've sown. And as it rises, you will see a life unfolding endlessly. So stand again, even when you fall. You were guided by an unseen hand. Through every shadow, through every dawn, through every moment you held on. You were being shaped, steady and true, by something greater carrying you. When the path feels narrow and the night runs deep, and the promises you made are hard to keep. When your strength feels small and your heart feels warm, and you're standing between who you are and reborn. You don't have to force what won't align. You don't have to outrun the hands of time. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper strength already grown. There's a quiet breath that sustains your soul, hidden rhythm making you whole. It doesn't rush, it doesn't demand, but gently leads you to where you stand. When your vision blurs and your thoughts collide, and you're searching for somewhere to hide, pause for a moment, just stay within. There's a deeper place where you begin. Race, but in stillness you'll find your place, where clarity forms steady and wide, and a calm assurance lives inside. You are not defined by the fears you face, nor by the speed of your running pace. Every moment you rise again is a quiet victory over pain. So don't give up when the road feels long. Even your silence holds a song. Every step, even unsure and small, is shaping a future beyond it all. laser eyes. When the world feels heavy and pulls you low, there's a deeper place where you can go, a quiet ground that won't be shaken. Even when everything feels taken, you were made for more than just to survive. There's a deeper reason you're alive. Every breath is a chance to renew, to reconnect with what is true. When the future feels distant and hard to see, and doubt tries to rewrite your story, there's a gentle force you cannot see, still working quietly, setting you free. So take your time, don't rush the pace. Growth is found in unseen space. Every moment, both strong and weak, is shaping the life you seek. There's a vision planted deep in your soul, not to control but to make you whole. It grows through patience, through every test, turning your struggle into your best. Not by power, not by might alone, but by a deeper seed you've sown. And as it rises, you will see a life unfolding endlessly. So stand again, even when you break. Every risk is worth the take. There's a strength in you that won't depart, rooted deep within your heart. And when you look back on all you've been through every moment that carried you, you'll finally see, steady and true, you were never alone. Something greater carried you. In a world that runs on noise and neon lights, where louder feels stronger and faster feels right, there's a whisper beneath all the chaos and race, a quiet kind of power no crowd can replace. They call it foolish, they laugh as it stands, not shaped by the system or built by our hands. But what if the weakness they all overlook is the strength that rewrites every rule in the book? When the voices say climb, be the best, never fall, there's a deeper truth calling beyond it all. Not crowned in gold or praised by the wise, but shining unseen in the humble and small. It won't make sense to a mind chasing pride, or hearts measuring worth by the world outside. Yet it breaks every chain we pretend isn't there, and lifts what is lost from the weight of despair. What looks like defeat may be victory's start, a hidden design for a fractured heart, not built on perfection, not earned through might, but rising through surrender into the light. The strongest foundations are often unseen, not loud in appearance, but steady and clean. While empires may crumble and brilliance may fade, this quiet direction will never degrade. You don't need to prove what was given for free, or chase every version of who you should be. There's purpose unfolding beyond what you know, a path in the dark where your courage courage can grow. Even when logic says this can't be real, there's something more certain than what you can feel. A truth that outlasts every trend and disguise, unshaken by doubt or the sharpest of lies. So when you feel lost in the noise of the day and every clear answer just slips away, remember the strength that the world can't define, the power that moves in a different design. It's not in the spotlight or loudest applause, not found in perfection or flawless cause, but in every moment you choose to believe that more is unfolding than eyes can perceive. And maybe the path that seems broken and strange is leading you into a life that will change, not built on the wisdom the crowd understands, but shaped by a truth held in unseen hands. In a world wired tight with ambition and speed, where value is measured by power and greed, we run through the hours chasing names, chasing fame, building our lives on a temporary flame. They say be impressive, be louder, stand tall, win every battle, don't stumble or fall. But under the surface of glitter and gold, there's a deeper kind of story waiting to unfold. What if the strength that we're striving to find is hidden from sight, yet reshaping the mind? What if the answers we endlessly seek are wrapped in a truth that appears to be weak? The system says wisdom is clever and fast, predict every outcome, make sure it will last. But there's a direction no logic can trace, a power that moves in a different kind of space. It rises in silence, it speaks without sound, it builds something lasting where nothing was found. Not driven by status, not fueled by control, but restoring the depth of a wandering soul. When everything stable begins to collapse and confidence breaks through invisible cracks, that's where a new vision quietly starts, rebuilding the ruins inside of our hearts. What looks like surrender, what feels like defeat, is often the place where the broken hearts meet. A strength that is greater than anything known, a truth that reveals you are never alone. The world may not see it, may call it absurd, dismiss it as weakness, ignore every word. But history whispers through time and through pain that what seems like loss can become lasting gain. You don't have to carry the weight of it all or prove you are worthy by standing up tall. There's freedom in letting the pressure release and finding your way to a deeper kind of peace. Even the brightest can lose their own sight when blinded by chasing what feels like the right. But there's a clarity born in the night, a vision that leads you beyond what seems bright. It's not about winning the loudest debate or mastering timing, controlling your fate. It's learning to trust what you cannot explain and walking through loss without fearing the pain. There's purpose in moments that don't make sense, a quiet protection, a hidden defense, guiding each step through the unseen unknown, turning confusion to something that's grown. And maybe the path that feels fragile and small is leading you somewhere beyond what you call success or achievement, or titles you claim, into something deeper no words can contain. So don't be discouraged when voices deny the value of things they can't quantify, because what they overlook, what they reject, may hold the very truth you're meant to protect. The strength in the unseen, and trust and in grace, in walking a path no one else can replace. And though it may seem like you're losing control, finding the center, the core of your soul. In the end, it won't matter what others defined, or how you were measured by standard or mind, but whether you followed the quietest call, the truth that was waiting beneath it all. In a city that never slows down or sleeps, where promises glitter but nothing runs deep, we're chasing reflections on digital seas, counting our worth in approvals and pleas. Every headline screams what we should become. Every voice says hurry, don't fall behind, run. But beneath all the pressure, the rush and the race, there's a truth moving softly we can't replace. They say be intelligent, figure it out, trust only the things you can measure, no doubt. But what if the map that we're told is so wise leaves out the direction that opens our eyes? What if the answer won't fit in a plan not built by the brilliance or will of a man? What if the pathway that seems undefined is leading to freedom we're struggling to find? Because sometimes the strongest don't look like the best, and sometimes the calmest outlast every test. What appears to be fragile, uncertain and small can carry a power that outlives it all. We build up our towers with logic and pride, stacking our reasons with nowhere to hide. Yet one quiet moment can shatter the frame, revealing a truth that outlasts every name. When everything certain begins to unwind and doubt starts to whisper inside of your mind, that's where a deeper foundation is laid, not shaken by storms or the plans that we made. It doesn't demand you to have it all right, or win every battle, or conquer each fight. It meets you in weakness, it finds you in need, and plans something stronger than ego or greed. The world might ignore it, call it naive, say it's too simple for them to believe. But what they dismiss as too easy or plain is breaking the cycle of loss and of pain. You don't have to carry the image you've worn, or hide every crack like you've never been torn. There's freedom in letting the illusion fall, in finding a truth that can hold through it all. Even the wise can get lost in their thoughts, trapped in conclusions and patterns they've taught. But there's a kind of knowing beyond what we see, a deeper awareness that sets the heart free. It's not about proving you're better or more, or standing above what you once were before. It's learning to walk in a different kind of way, where losing your grip brings a brighter new day. Because what feels like breaking can open the door to something more real than you've known before. Not built on performance or what you achieve, but grounded in truth you can finally receive. And maybe the road that seems hardest to take is shaping a strength nothing else could remake, a vision that's clearer when everything fades, a light that remains when the spotlight decays. So when you are standing with nothing to show and questioning everything you used to know, remember the power the world cannot see is working in ways that will set you free. It's quiet, it's steady, it won't force your hand, but leads you with purpose. You'll one day understand, through valleys and questions, through loss and through gain. It's building a life that will never be vain. In the end, it's not brilliance or strength that defines, not status or titles or grand designs, but whether you follow that whisper inside, the truth that stood firm when illusions had died. even if others don't see what you see, or doubt every step of your quiet belief. Hold on to the path that feels steady and true, because something eternal is growing in you. Beyond every system, beyond every name, there's a power untouched by the world's fleeting game. And though it may seem like you're losing control, you're finding the rhythm, the truth of your soul. In a world full of mirrors that bend what is real, where truth is decided by what people feel, we're scrolling through moments, comparing our lives, while something essential inside us survives. Every direction is pulling us fast. Build something bigger, make sure it will last. But deeper within all the noise and the chase, there's a quiet foundation no storm can erase. They measure intelligence, sharpen the mind, define every value, leave nothing undefined. Yet what if the wisdom we're told to pursue is missing the meaning that's hidden from view? What if the answer won't fit in a frame, or bow to the rules of achievement and fame? What if the power we're striving to gain is found when we let go of control and of pain? Because strength isn't always the force we display, or how well we dominate, conquer, or sway. Sometimes it's choosing to stand when you fall, or trusting a truth you can't measure at all. There's a current beneath every visible wave, a force that is gentle yet steady and brave. It doesn't compete, it doesn't demand, but reshapes your life with an unseen hand. When everything stable begins to dissolve and questions arise you can't seem to solve, that's where a deeper direction is found. A truth that stands firm when the world spins around. It won't always align with what others declare, or fit in the patterns they're eager to share, but it holds a perspective both simple and strong, a sense of belonging where you truly belong. The world might dismiss it, say it's too weak, or laugh at the path that the humble ones seek, but history echoes in quiet refrain that what's overlooked often breaks every chain. You don't need to prove what was never in doubt, or silence your heart just to figure things out. There's freedom in walking a different design, where purpose unfolds beyond space and beyond time. Even the brightest can miss what is near when blinded by noise or controlled by their fear. But there's a clarity born in surrender and trust, a vision that rises when pride turns to dust. It's not imperfection or flawless display, or winning the crowd at the end of the day. It's found in the moments you choose to believe that more is at work than what you perceive. Because what feels like loss may be clearing the way for something far deeper than words could convey. A life not constructed by pressure or need, but rooted in something that frees you indeed. And maybe the path that feels fragile and slow is leading you further than you even know. Not upward in status, not outward in show, but inward to truth, where your real strength can grow. So when you are standing alone in the night, with questions that blur every sense of what's right, remember there's something still guiding your way, a light that remains when all else fades away. It's quiet, consistent, not driven by fear. It meets you in doubt and draws you near, not forcing your steps, but showing the door to something more lasting than ever before. You are not defined by the pace that you run, or how much you've lost, or how much you have won. There's value within you that cannot be priced, a truth that remains when illusions are sliced. In the the end, it's not knowledge alone that will stand, or power you've held in the palm of your hand, but whether you followed that unseen guide, the voice that was steady when all else had died. And though it may seem like the world disagrees or measures your worth by achievements it sees, hold on to the path that feels quietly right, because truth doesn't need every eye in its sight. Beyond every system, beyond every claim, there's a purpose untouched by the rush for a name. And even in moments that feel incomplete, you're being made whole in a way that's discreet. So walk with the courage that doesn't need proof, stand on a foundation that's quietly truth, and trust that the way that seems hidden and small is leading you into a life beyond all. In a world built on numbers, on status and speed, where value is tied to performance and need, we're taught to believe that the strongest survive, that only the sharpest will truly arrive. We measure our days by the things we achieve, by how we're perceived, by what we receive. But deep in the silence, beneath all the noise, there's a different kind of truth that quietly calls. They say, be convincing, be clever, be right, when every argument stand in the light. But what if the light we are chasing so fast is fading away, never meant to last? What if the wisdom we're told to defend can't carry us through when we reach the end? What if the answers we're holding so tight are keeping us blind to a deeper insight? Deeper insight. Because sometimes the path that appears to be strong is built on a story that won't last long. And sometimes the way that looks broken and weak is holding the truth we are desperate to seek. There's a power that rises where pride falls apart, that speaks not to logic but straight to the heart. It doesn't compete, it doesn't demand, yet reshapes the world with an unseen hand. When everything stable begins to collapse, uncertainty slips through invisible cracks, that's where a new vision begins to unfold. A truth not dependent on what we are told. It doesn't require perfection or skill, or force you to climb every towering hill. It meets you right where all your strength disappears, and builds something deeper through all of your fears. The world might reject it, call it naive, say it's too simple for them to believe. But what they overlook, what they push aside, holds a kind of strength they can't quantify. You don't have to carry the weight of the show, or prove every moment you're worthy to know. There's freedom in letting the pressure release, and stepping away into something like peace. Even the wisest can lose their own way when trapped in the need to control every day. But there's a clarity found when you finally let go, a vision that deepens the less that you know. It's not in the spotlight or loudest acclaim, not found in the rise of a temporary name. It's hidden in places the world overlooks, between quiet moments and unspoken looks. Because what feels like loss may be clearing the ground for something more real to finally be found. Not built on illusions or fragile control, but rooted in truth that restores the soul. And maybe the journey that feels incomplete is shaping a strength that no power can defeat. A life not constructed by fear or demand, but guided by something you'll one day understand. So when you are standing with nothing to prove, and everything's shifting, no place left to move, remember the strength that the world cannot see is working in ways that will set you free. It's quiet, it's steady, it won't rush or confine. It moves with a rhythm beyond space and time, not forcing your steps, but showing the way to something more lasting than day after day. You are not measured measured by how far you've gone, or how many battles you've struggled and won. There's value within you that cannot be weighed, a truth that remains when all else will fade. In the end, it's not brilliance or power that stays, not titles or triumphs or temporary praise, but whether you follow that voice deep inside, the truth that stood firm when illusions had died. And even if others don't see what you see, or question the path that feels right to be, hold on to the way that is steady and true, because something eternal is growing in you. Beyond every system, beyond every claim, there's a purpose untouched by the need for a name. And even in moments that feel undefined, you're being led forward, your life realigned. So walk with the courage that doesn't demand, stand on a truth you may not understand, and trust that the way that seems hidden and small is leading you into a life beyond alloy. In a world chasing echoes of power and fame, where worth is assigned by a number or name, we're taught to rise higher, to conquer, to win, to silence the questions that stir deep within. We build up our towers with vision and pride, layer by layer, with nowhere to hide. But under the surface of all we design, there's a quiet resistance we cannot define. They say, trust the data, believe what you see. If it can't be explained, then how can it be? But what if the truth doesn't follow that line? What if it lives just beyond the confined? What if the power we're trying to hold is slipping away as we tighten our control? What if the strength we are desperate to prove is found when we finally stop trying to move? 'Cause sometimes the strongest foundation is grace, not something we earn or we try to replace. And sometimes the breakthrough we're longing to feel is hidden in things that don't seem to be real. There's a force that is quiet yet stronger than steel. It doesn't demand, it doesn't appeal, but enters the places we try to defend, and rewrites the story from start to the end. When everything stable begins to give way, and nothing you trusted is certain to stay, that's where a deeper perspective is born, a truth that outlives every label we've worn. It doesn't require you to have all the proof, or stand every moment unshaken, aloof. It meets you in weakness, it finds you in doubt, and gently begins to rebuild from the ground. The world may reject it, dismiss it as strange, say it's too simple to bring any change. But what they ignore, what they fail to perceive, holds a kind of power they can't quite conceive. You don't have to carry the weight of it all, or fear every moment you stumble or fall. There's freedom in knowing you don't have to be everything they've defined you should see. Even the brightest can lose their own way when trapped in the need to control every day. But there's a clarity found when you loosen your grip When certainty fades and you no longer resist, it's not imperfection or flawless design or mastering every uncertain line. It's found in the space where you learn to release and step into something resembling peace. Because what feels like loss may be clearing the ground for something more lasting to finally be found. Not built on illusion or fragile control, but anchored in truth that steadies your soul. And maybe the journey that feels out of place is leading you into a deeper embrace. A life not defined by the rush or the race, but shaped by a presence no time can erase. So when you are standing unsure where to go, and everything certain has started to slow, remember the strength that the world cannot see is working in ways that will set you free. It's quiet, consistent, it won't force your hand, but leads you with purpose. You'll one day understand, through questions and silence, through loss and through gain. It's building a life that will never be vain. You are not measured by what you achieve or how you compare or what you believe. There's value within you that cannot be priced, a truth that remains through sacrifice. In the end, it's not brilliance or power that stays, not titles or triumphs or temporary praise, but whether you follow that voice deep inside, the truth that stood firm when illusions had died. And even if others don't see what you see, or question the path that feels right to be, hold on to the way that is steady and true, because something eternal is growing in you. Beyond every system, beyond every claim, there's a purpose untouched by the need for a name. And even in moments that feel undefined, you're being led forward, your life realigned. So walk with the courage that doesn't demand, stand on a truth you may not understand, and trust that the way that seems hidden and small is leading you into a life beyond all bias. In a world that rewards every visible win, where the loudest opinions are crowned from within, we're trained to believe what the spotlight reveals and question the things that are deeper than feels. We rise in the morning with targets to meet, chasing validation and rhythms repeat. But under the surface of all we pursue, there's a quiet direction still calling us through. They say, trust your insight, be sharp, be aware, define every outcome, make sure you prepare. But what if the path that is perfectly planned is missing the truth we can't fully command? What if the wisdom we built over time can't reach the depth of a higher design? What if the answers we cling to so tight are keeping us far from a truer insight? 'Cause sometimes the strongest don't look like control, and sometimes the broken reveal something whole. What seems like a loss, like the end of the line, can open a door to a deeper design. There's a power that moves without needing applause, not bound to approval or governed by laws. It works through the spaces we try to conceal and brings into light what is quietly real. When everything stable begins to feel thin and doubt starts to echo beneath your own skin, that's where a new kind of vision is born, not shaped by the mind but quietly formed. It doesn't require that you understand or hold every answer within your own hand. It meets you in moments you feel incomplete and offers a strength you could never repeat. The world may dismiss it as weak or unclear, or say it's not worth all the doubt or the fear. But what they overlook in their rush to define holds something enduring beyond space and time. You don't have to carry the image you've made or live by the that so quickly can fade. There's freedom in letting the pressure release and stepping into a deeper kind of peace. Even the wisest can miss what is true when blinded by all that they think that they knew. But there's a clarity found when you choose to let go, when certainty loosens and deeper roots grow. It's not in the spotlight or loudest acclaim, not found in the rise of a temporary name. It's hidden in moments that seem far too small, yet hold the beginning and end of it all. Because what feels like breaking may open your eyes to something far greater than all you devise. A life not constructed by effort alone, but shaped by a truth that has quietly grown. And maybe the road that feels empty and long is forming a strength that will carry you on, not driven by pressure or fear of the fall, but grounded in something that outlasts it all. So when you are standing unsure and alone, with questions that shake every truth you have known, remember the strength that the world cannot see is guiding your steps into what you can be. It's quiet, it's steady, it won't rush or confine. It moves with a rhythm beyond space and time, not forcing your steps, but opening the way to something more real than the rush of the day. You are not measured by what you achieve, or how you are seen, or what you believe. There's value within you, no scale can define a truth that remains when all else declines. In the end, it's not brilliance or power that stays, not titles or triumphs or temporary praise, but whether you followed that voice deep inside, the truth that stood firm when illusions had died. And even if others don't see what you see, or question the path that feels right to be, hold on to the way that is steady and true, because something eternal is growing in you. Beyond every system, beyond every claim, there's a purpose untouched by the need for a name. And even in moments that feel undefined, you're being led forward, your life realigned. So walk with a courage that doesn't demand, stand on a truth you may not understand, and trust that the way that seems hidden and small is leading you into a life beyond all these. In a world built on signals and flashing demands, where everything moves at the touch of our hands, we're taught to keep climbing, to never look back, to measure our lives on a visible track. Every moment is counted, every second displayed, every choice analyzed, every pathway surveyed. But beneath all the structure, the numbers, the pace, there's a deeper direction we cannot replace. They say find your answer, define what is true. If it doesn't make sense, it's not meant for you. But what if the truth that we're trying to frame won't fit in the limits we try to contain? What if the power we're reaching to hold is slipping away as we chase what we're told? What if the strength we've been searching to prove is found when we finally stop trying to move. 'Cause sometimes the clearest path isn't straight, and sometimes what feels like delay isn't fate. What seems like confusion, uncertain and slow, can lead to a place where the deepest things grow. There's a current that flows underneath what we see, unbound by perception, yet setting us free. It doesn't compete, it doesn't demand, but shapes every moment with an unseen hand. When everything stable begins to dissolve, then problems arise you can't seem to solve. That's where a deeper awareness appears, a truth that outlives every cycle of years. It doesn't require perfection or speed, or ask you to become everything you need. It meets you in places you try to avoid, and fills what you thought was forever destroyed. The world might reject it, call it too weak, or say it's not worth all the answers you seek. But what they dismiss, what they fail to embrace, holds a kind of power no time can erase. You don't have to carry the weight of the rakes, or keep every standard you're told to embrace. There's freedom in stepping away from the noise and finding a stillness no chaos destroys. Even the strongest can lose their own way when trying to control every step of the day. But there's a clarity found when you finally release, when striving gives way to a deeper kind of peace. It's not in the spotlight or loudest acclaim, not found in the rise of a temporary name. It's hidden in moments that seem far too small, yet quietly shaping the meaning of all. Because what feels like loss may be making a space for something more lasting to take its own place. Not built on illusion or fragile control, but grounded in truth that steadies the soul. And maybe the journey that feels incomplete is leading you into a life more complete, not driven by pressure or fear of the fall, but guided by something that carries it all. So when you are standing unsure where to turn, with questions that linger and lessons to learn, remember the strength that the world cannot see is working in ways that will set you free. It's quiet, consistent, it won't force your hand, but leads you with purpose you'll one day understand. Through silence and waiting, through loss and through gain, it's building a life that will never be vain. You are not measured by what you achieve, or how you compare, or what you believe. There's value within you that cannot be priced, a truth that remains through every sacrifice. In the end, it's not brilliance or power that stays, not titles or triumphs or temporary praise, but whether you follow that voice deep inside, the truth that stood firm when illusions had died. And even if others don't see what you see, or question the path that feels right to be, hold on to the way that is steady and true, because something eternal is growing in you. Beyond every system, beyond every claim, there's a purpose untouched by the rush for a name. And even in moments that feel undefined, you're being led forward, your life realigned. So walk with the courage that doesn't demand, stand on a truth you may not understand, and trust that the way that seems hidden and small is leading you into a life beyond all lead. In a world overflowing with voices and views, where truth gets decided by trends and by news, we're running in circles, defining our worth by things that can vanish overnight from this earth. Every direction says follow the strong, outthink every weakness, don't ever be wrong. But buried beneath all the noise and display, there's a quieter path calling out a new way. They tell us be certain, be clever, be wise. Trust only the things you can prove with your eyes. But what if the truth we're so eager to claim exists far beyond what we're able to frame? What if the answers we're holding so tight are dimming the reach of a far greater light? What if the strength we are desperate to show is found when we finally loosen control? 'Cause sometimes the path that appears incomplete is leading you somewhere more steady, more deep. And sometimes the fall that you try to avoid is breaking illusions you once held employed. There's a power that moves without seeking applause, not bound to opinion or ruled by our laws. It works through the silence, it shapes what is real, and touches the places we try not to feel. When everything stable begins to give way and confidence fades in the light of the day, that's where a new kind of vision can arise, not built on assumption but opening eyes. It doesn't require that you understand or hold every outcome inside of your hand. It meets you in moments you feel at your end and quietly starts to rebuild you again. The world may reject it, say it's too weak, or mock every answer it seems to speak. But what they dismiss, what they fail to see, holds the very key to what you can be. You don't have to carry the image you've worn, or hide every place where your strength has been torn. There's freedom in letting the pressure fall, and trusting a truth that can carry it all. Even the brightest can lose their own sight when blinded by chasing what seems to be right. But there's a clarity found in the unknown, a deeper awareness that leads you back home. It's not in the spotlight or loudest acclaim, not found in the rise of a temporary name. It's hidden in moments that seem far too small, yet shaping the meaning and purpose of all. Because what feels like loss may be making a way for something more real than words could convey. A life not constructed by effort alone, but grounded in truth that has steadily grown. And maybe the road that feels heavy and long is building a strength that will carry you on, not driven by pressure or fear of the fall, but anchored in something that outlasts it all. So when you are standing unsure where to go, with questions that echo and answers unknown, remember the strength that the world cannot see is working in ways that will set you free. It's quiet, it's steady, it won't rush or confine. It moves with a rhythm beyond space and time, not forcing your steps, but opening the way to something more lasting than day after day. You are not measured by what you achieve, or how you compare, or what you believe. There's value within you that cannot be priced, a truth that remains through every sacrifice. In the end, it's not brilliance or power that stays, not titles or triumphs or temporary praise, but whether you follow that voice deep inside, the truth that stood firm when illusions had died. And even if others don't see what you see, or question the path that feels right to be, hold on to the way that is steady and true, because something eternal is growing in you. Beyond every system, beyond every claim, there's a purpose untouched by the rush for a name. And even in moments that feel undefined, you're being led forward, your life realigned. So walk with a courage that doesn't demand, stand on a truth you may not understand, and trust that the way that seems hidden and small is leading you into a life beyond all hail. In a world of acceleration, no pause, no delay, where everything's urgent and can't slip away, we're wired to chase every visible sign, to measure our worth by a fast-moving line. Every second is filled with a signal to move. Be sharper, be faster, you've something to prove. But under the rush of the noise and the race, there's a deeper alignment we cannot replace. They say be certain, define what is true. If you cannot explain it, it's not meant for you. But what if the truth that we're trying to hold is far beyond the limits that logic has told? What if the strength that we're striving to gain is hidden beneath what we try to contain? What if the answer we need to survive is found when we stop trying hard to arrive? Because sometimes the path that appears to be lost is freeing you slowly from invisible cost. And sometimes the fall that you feared from the start is opening space in the depths of your heart. There's a power that moves without needing a name, not chasing approval or building a claim. It works through the silence, it shapes what is real, and touches the places we try not to feel. When everything stable begins to dissolve, and nothing you trusted can help you resolve, that's where a new kind of vision is born, not shaped by the mind, but quietly formed. It doesn't require perfection or speed, or ask you to become everything you need. It meets you in moments you feel incomplete, and offers a strength you cannot repeat. The world may reject it, say it's too weak, or overlook all that it quietly speaks. But what they dismiss, what they fail to embrace, holds a kind of power no time can erase. You don't have to carry the weight of a show, or prove every moment you're worthy to know. There's freedom in letting the pressure release, and stepping away into something like peace. Even the strongest can lose their own way when trying to control every step of the day. But there's a clarity found when you finally release, when striving gives way to a deeper kind of peace. It's not in the spotlight or loudest acclaim, not found in the rise of a temporary name. It's hidden in moments that seem far too small, yet quietly shaping the meaning of all. Because what feels like loss may be clearing the ground for something more lasting to finally be found, not built on illusion or fragile control, but grounded in truth that steadies the soul. And maybe the journey that feels incomplete is leading you into a life more complete, not driven by pressure or fear of the fall, but guided by something that carries it all. So when you are standing unsure where to turn, with questions that linger and lessons to learn, remember the strength that the world cannot see is working in ways that will set you free. It's quiet, consistent, it won't force your hand, but leads you with purpose. You'll one day understand, through silence and waiting, through loss and through gain. It's building a life that will never be vain. You are not measured by what you achieve, or how you compare, or what you believe. There's value within you that cannot be priced, a truth that remains through every sacrifice. Even when everything feels out of place, and time disappears, and hope feels uncertain through cycles of years. There's still a direction beyond what is known, a truth that is guiding you back to your own. You are not forgotten, not lost in the stream, not just a reflection of someone else's dream. There's meaning within every breath that you take, a path being formed in each choice that you make. So don't be discouraged when nothing feels clear, or when every answer just disappears, because in the silence and spaces between, a deeper reality quietly convenes. In the end, it's not brilliance or power that stays, not titles or triumphs or temporary praise, but whether you followed that voice deep inside, the truth that stood firm when illusions had died. And even if others don't see what you see, or question the path that feels right to be, hold on to the way that is steady and true, because something eternal is growing in you. Beyond every system, beyond every claim, there's a purpose untouched by the rush for a name. And even in moments that feel undefined, you're being led forward, your life realigned. So walk with the courage that doesn't demand, stand on the truth you may not understand, and trust that the way that seems hidden and small is leading you into a life beyond all these. In a world that keeps turning without slowing down, where success wears a bright, ever-shifting crown, we're told to keep climbing, to rise and to prove, to never stop running, to always improve. Every voice says be certain, be strong, know every answer, don't ever be wrong. But deep in the silence, beneath all the sound, there's a different kind of truth waiting to be found. They measure intelligence, sharpen the mind, define every meaning, leave nothing undefined. Yet what if the wisdom we're chasing each day is missing the truth that can show us the way? What if the answers we hold in our hands are smaller than something we don't understand? What if the strength we are striving to claim is found when we step out of pride and of name? Because sometimes the strongest don't look like control, and sometimes the broken reveals something whole. What seems like an ending, a loss or a fall, can open a door to the truth beyond all. There's a power that moves without seeking applause, not built on approval or governed by laws. It works through the silence, it shapes what is real, and touches the places we try not to feel. When everything stable begins to dissolve and questions arise you can't seem to solve, that's where a deeper direction appears, a truth that outlives every measure of years. It doesn't require perfection or speed, or ask you to become everything you need. It meets you in moments you feel incomplete, and offers a strength you cannot repeat. The world may reject it, say it's too weak, or overlook all that it quietly speaks. But what they dismiss, what they fail to embrace, holds a kind of power no time can erase. You don't have to carry the weight of the show, or prove every moment you're worthy to know. There's freedom in letting the pressure release, and stepping away into something like peace. Even the wisest can lose their own way when trying to control every step of the day. But there's a clarity found when you finally release, when striving gives way to a deeper kind of peace. It's not in the spotlight or loudest acclaim, not found in the rise of a temporary name. It's hidden in moments that seem far too small, yet quietly shaping the meaning of all. Because what feels like loss may be clearing the ground for something more lasting to finally be found. Not built on illusion or fragile control, but grounded in truth that steadies the soul. And maybe the journey that feels incomplete is leading you into a life more complete, not driven by pressure or fear of the fall, but guided by something that carries it all. So when you are standing unsure where to turn, with questions that linger and lessons to learn, remember the strength that the world cannot see is working in ways that will set you free. It's quiet, consistent, it won't force your hand, but leads you with purpose. You'll one day understand, through silence and waiting, through loss and through gain. It's building a life that will never be vain. Even when everything feels out of place and time seems to move at an unsteady pace, there's something unfolding you cannot yet see, a pattern of purpose shaping your destiny. When doors seem to close and the road disappears, and hope feels uncertain through cycles of years, there's still a direction beyond what is known, a truth that is guiding you back to your own. You are not forgotten, not lost in the stream, not just a reflection of someone else's dream. There's meaning within every breath that you take, a path being formed in each choice that you make. So don't be discouraged when nothing feels clear, or when every answer just disappears, because in the silence and spaces between, a deeper reality quietly convenes. There's a rhythm that pulses beyond what you see, not bound by the past or what used to be. It calls you to step into something more real, a life that no surface illusion can steal. You don't have to know how the story will end, or carry the burden alone to defend. There's strength in surrender, in letting things be, in trusting a path you are learning to see. In the end, it's not brilliance or power that stays, not titles or triumphs or temporary praise, but whether you follow that voice deep inside, the truth that stood firm when illusions had died. And even if others don't see what you see, or question the path that feels right to be, hold on to the way that is steady and true, because something eternal is growing in you. Beyond every system, beyond every claim, there's a purpose untouched by the rush for a name. And even in moments that feel undefined, you're being led forward, your life realigned. So walk with a courage that doesn't demand, stand on a truth you may not understand, and trust that the way that seems hidden and small is leading you into a life beyond all peace. In a world that keeps rushing, no time left to breathe, we're told to hold tight to what we can achieve. But under the noise and the race we defend, there's a quieter truth that won't ever end. They say trust your mind to find what is real, but not every truth is something you feel. Some things are deeper than logic can show, they guide you in ways you may never know. What if the strength that you're trying to prove is found when you finally stop trying to move? What if the answer you're chasing so was there in your weakness all along. 'Cause sometimes the fall is not what it seems. It opens your eyes, reshaping your dreams. And what feels like lost, like the end of the way, is making a space for a brighter new day. There's a power that moves without needing a name, not built on success or chasing a name. It works in the silence, steady and true, and slowly is shaping a stronger you. You don't have to carry the weight of it all, or fear every moment you stumble and fall. There's freedom in letting the pressure release, and stepping away into something like peace. So when you feel lost and nothing feels right, and answers keep fading out of your sight, remember there's something still leading you through, a quiet, deep truth that's guiding you. In the end, it's not power or what you achieve, but the truth in your heart you choose to believe. And even if no one can see what you do, something lasting is growing in you. In a world that keeps rushing, no time left to breathe. We're told to hold tight to what we can achieve, to measure our lives by the things we can show, and never let weakness or uncertainty grow. Every direction says, be certain, be strong, figure it out, don't ever be wrong. But deep in the silence, beneath all the sound, there's a different kind of truth waiting to be found. They say trust your mind to find what is real, but not every truth is something you feel. Some things are deeper than logic can see. They move in a space where your heart can be free. What if the strength that you're trying to prove is found when you finally stop trying to move? What if the answer you're chasing so long was there in your weakness all along? 'Cause sometimes a fall is not what it seems. It opens your eyes, reshaping your dreams. And what feels like lost, like the end of the way, is making a space for a brighter new day. There's a power that moves without needing a name, not built on success or chasing acclaim. It works in the silence, steady and true, and slowly is shaping a stronger you. When everything stable begins to give way, and nothing feels certain from day to day, that's where a deeper foundation can start, quietly forming inside of your heart. It doesn't demand you to have all the answers, or win every moment, outshine every chance. It meets you in places you try to ignore, and leads you to something far greater than before. The world may dismiss it, say it's too small, or overlook meaning behind it all. But what they ignore, what they fail to see, holds a kind of strength that can set you free. You don't have to carry the weight of it all, or fear every moment you stumble and fall. There's freedom in letting the pressure release, and stepping away into something like peace. Even the strongest can lose their own way when trying to control every step of the day. But there's a clarity found when you finally let go, when certainty fades and deeper roots grow. It's not in the spotlight or loudest acclaim, not found in the rise of a temporary name. It's hidden in moments that seem far too small, yet quietly shaping the meaning of all. Because what feels like loss may be clearing the ground for something more lasting to finally be found, not built on illusion or fragile control, but grounded in truth that steadies your soul. And maybe the path that feels uncertain honest, not outward in show, but inward to places where real strength grows. So when you are standing unsure where to go, with questions that linger and answers unknown, remember there's something still leading you through, a quiet, deep truth that's guiding you. It's steady, it's patient, it won't rush or confine. It moves with a rhythm beyond space and time, not forcing your steps, but showing the way to something more real than the rush of the day. You are not measured by what you achieve, or how you compare, or what you believe. This value within you, no scale can define, a truth that remains when all else declines. In the end, it's not power or what you achieve, but the truth in your heart you choose to believe. And even if no one can see what you do, something lasting is growing in you. In a world chasing louder, faster and more, where worth is decided by what we explore, we run through the days with a weight we can't name, trying to keep up in an endless game. Every direction says rise to the top. Don't show your weakness, don't ever stop. But deep in the silence, beneath all the sound, there's a different kind of strength waiting to be found. They say, be certain, be sharp, be right, turn every shadow into your light. But what if the truth we're trying to defend isn't the place where real journeys begin? What if the answers we're holding so tight are closing our eyes to a deeper insight? What if the strength that we're striving to prove is found when we finally stop trying to move? Because sometimes the strongest don't look like control, and sometimes the broken reveal something whole. What seems like an ending, a loss or a fall, can open a door to the truth beyond all. There's a power that moves without needing a name, not built on success or chasing acclaim. It works through the silence, steady and true, and quietly reshapes the core of you. When everything stable begins to give way, uncertainty fades with each passing day. That's where a deeper foundation can rise, not built on illusion but opening eyes. It doesn't require perfection or speed, or ask you to become everything you need. It meets you in moments you feel incomplete, and offers a strength you cannot repeat. The world may dismiss it, say it's too weak, or overlook all that it quietly speaks. But what they ignore, what they fail to see, holds a kind of power that sets you free. You don't have to carry the weight of it all, or fear every moment you stumble and fall. There's freedom in letting the pressure release, and stepping away into something like peace. Even the wisest can lose their own way when trying to control every step of the day. But there's a clarity found when you finally let go. Uncertainty fades and deeper roots grow. It's not in the spotlight or loudest acclaim, not found in the rise of a temporary name. It's hidden in moments that seem far too small, yet quietly shaping the meaning of all. Because what feels like loss may be clearing the ground for something more lasting to finally be found, not built on illusion or fragile control, but grounded in truth that's steadies your soul. And maybe the path that feels fragile and slow is leading you further than you even know. Not upward in status, not outward in show, but inward to places where real strengths grow. So when you are standing unsure where to turn, with questions that linger and lessons to learn, remember there's something still leading you through, a quiet, deep truth that's guiding you. It's steady, it's patient, it won't rush or confine. It moves with a rhythm beyond space and time, not forcing your steps but showing the way to something more real than the rush of the day. Even when everything feels out of place and time seems to move at an unsteady pace, there's something unfolding you cannot yet see, a deeper design shaping who you will be. When doors seem to close and the road disappears, and hope feels uncertain through cycles of years, there's still a direction beyond what is known, a truth that is guiding you back to your own. You are not forgotten, not lost in the stream, not just a reflection of someone else's dream. There's meaning within every breath that you take, a path being formed in each choice that you make. So don't be discouraged when nothing feels clear, or when every answer just disappears. Because in the silence, in spaces between, a deeper reality quietly convenes. There's a rhythm that pulses beyond what you see, not bound by the past or what used to be. It calls you to step into something more real, a life that no surface illusion can steal. You don't have to know how the story will end, or carry the burden alone to defend the strength and surrender in letting things be, and trusting a path you are learning to see. And when every structure you leaned on is gone, and you're left in a place where you must carry on, there's something within that begins to arise, a quiet resilience no fear can disguise. It grows in the dark, it strengthens in pain, it teaches your heart how to hope once again, not built on condition or what you achieve, but rooted in something you're learning to receive. In the end, it's not power or what you achieve, but the truth in your heart you choose to believe. And even if no one can see what you do, something lasting is growing in you. In a world that keeps spinning with nowhere to land, where everything shifts like it's built on the sand, we're told to keep running, to never stand still, to master the moment by strength and by will. Every direction says take control now, define your own path, don't question the how. But deep in the silence, beneath all the sound, there's a different kind of truth waiting to be found. They say be certain, rely on your sight. If you cannot prove it, it can't be right. But what if the truth that we're trying to see is deeper than anything logic can be? What if the answers we're holding so tight are dimming the reach of a far greater light? What if the strength that we're trying to show is found when we finally let go of control? 'Cause sometimes the moment that feels like the end is shaping a place where new paths can begin. And sometimes the fall that you feared all along is building a strength that will carry you on. There's a power that moves without needing a name, not built on success or the rise of a name. It works through the silence, steady and true, and quietly reshapes the core of you. When everything stable begins to give way, and nothing feels certain from day to day, That's where a deeper foundation can rise, not built on illusion but opening eyes. It doesn't require perfection or speed, or ask you to become everything you need. It meets you in moments you feel incomplete, and offers a strength you cannot repeat. The world may dismiss it, say it's too small, or overlook meaning behind it all. But what they ignore, what they fail to see, holds a kind of power that sets you free. You don't have to carry the weight of it all, or fear every moment you stumble and fall. There's freedom in letting the pressure release, and stepping away into something like peace. Even the strongest can lose their own way when trying to control every step of the day. But there's a clarity found when you finally let go. Uncertainty fades and deeper roots grow. It's not in the spotlight or loudest acclaim, not found in the rise of a temporary name. It's hidden in moments that seem far too small, yet quietly shaping the meaning of all. Because what feels like loss may be clearing the ground for something more lasting to finally be found. Not built on illusion or fragile control, but grounded in truth that steadies your soul. And maybe the path that feels fragile and slow is leading you further than you even know. Not upward in status, not outward in show, but inward to places where real strength grows. So when you are standing unsure where to turn, with questions that linger and lessons to learn, remember there's something still leading you through, a quiet, deep truth that's guiding you. It's steady, it's patient, it won't rush or confine. It moves with the rhythm beyond space and time, not forcing your steps but showing the way to something more real than the rush of the day. Even when everything feels out of place and time seems to move at an unsteady pace, there's something unfolding you cannot yet see, a deeper design shaping who you will be. When doors seem to close and the road disappears, and hope feels uncertain through cycles of years, there's still a direction beyond what is known, a truth that is guiding you back to your own. You are not forgotten, not lost in the stream, not just a reflection of someone else's dream. There's meaning within every breath that you take, a path being formed in each choice that you make. So don't be discouraged when nothing feels clear, or when every answer just disappears, because in the silence and spaces between, a deeper reality quietly convenes. There's a rhythm that pulses beyond what you see, not bound by the past or what used to be. It calls you to step into something more real, a life that no surface illusion can steal. You don't have to know how the story will end, or carry the burden alone to defend. The strength and surrender and letting things be, and trusting a path you are learning to see. And when every structure you leaned on is gone, and you're left in a place where you must carry on, there's something within that begins to arise, a quiet resilience no fear can disguise. It grows in the dark, it strengthens in the pain, it teaches your heart how to hope once again. Not built on condition or what you achieve, but rooted in something you're learning to receive. In the end, it's not power or what you achieve, but the truth in your heart you choose to believe. And even if no one can see what you do, something lasting is growing in you. When the noise gets louder than your own heartbeat, and the night feels longer than it should be, when every step you take feels unsure, like the ground beneath you isn't secure. There's a quiet voice you almost miss, not in the chaos, but in the stillness. It doesn't shout, it doesn't demand, it gently reaches out your hand. You don't have to carry it all alone, you don't have to fight on your own. There's a calm that finds you in the storm, a steady place where you belong. This is a peace they can't take away, not shaped by fear, not bound by the day. Even when shadows whisper loud, you'll stand unshaken in the crowd. Breathe it in, let it flow through you, a deeper strength you always knew. It's not the world that defines your way, there's something greater leading you each day. When doubts arise like crashing waves, and fear tries to make you its slave, remember the truth inside your soul. To lose control, there's a light that doesn't fade with time, a guiding spark, a silent sign. It leads you past the broken roads to something real, something bold. You don't have to run from the pain, you don't have to hide in the rain. Every tear has a purpose too, every scar is shaping you. This is a peace they can't explain, stronger than loss, deeper than pain. Even when everything feels undone, you rise again, you'll overcome. Hold on tight when the world feels cold, there's a fire in you, brave and bold. No storm can steal what's planted deep, a promise your heart will always keep. Let go of the weight you never chose, release the fear that overflows. Step into a clearer view, there's a future calling you. You are stronger than yesterday, you are rising in every way. Even when you feel unsure, there's a truth in you that will endure. This is a peace beyond the fear, a quiet strength that draws you near, not built on what you see outside, but something living deep inside. So walk your path, don't be afraid. Every step is already laid. In every breath, in every choice, you'll hear that calm, enduring voice. And when the world tries to shake your ground, you'll find your center safe and sound, because the peace you carry within is where your victory will begin. for something real to hold, a truth that won't be bought or sold. Through every high and every fall, you start to hear a distant call. Not loud, not rushed, not filled with fear, but something steady drawing near. It tells you softly you're okay. There's more to life than yesterday. Beyond the rush, beyond the race, there's a calm you can embrace. You don't have to prove your worth. You've had your value since your birth. Not in the pressure, not in the noise, but in the quiet, truest voice. There's a peace the world can't break, even when your hands still shake. A deeper breath, a clearer view. Something strong is guiding you. When every door feels closed and tight, and hope is fading out of sight, there's still a path you cannot see, being formed so perfectly. Step by step you're led ahead, even through the fear you dread. Every moment, every turn is shaping all you're meant to learn. You are not lost, you're being led, even through the tears you've shed. There's meaning in the unseen flow, more than you could ever know. This is a peace beyond control, anchored deep within your soul. Not built on things that fade away, but something that is here to stay. So when your heart begins to race, and worries try to take their place, close your eyes and just be still. Feel that calm, that quiet will. Let it rise and fill your mind. Leave the heavy past behind. There's a future bright and wide, already waiting on your side. You are stronger than you feel. Every wound is there to heal. Every night will meet the dawn. Every weakness makes you strong. This is your moment, take the chance. Trust the rhythm, join the dance. Even when you cannot see, you are right where you should be. And when the world feels out of line, you'll find a deeper, truer sign. Because the peace you hold inside will always be your safest guide. When the morning feels heavy before it begins, and you're tired of fighting the same old winds. When every answer slips through your hands like shifting tides across the sands, there's a rhythm hidden underneath, beyond the doubt, beyond belief. Not something loud that pulls you fast, but something steady that will last. It meets you in your quiet space, not in the rush but face to face. A gentle strength, a deeper flow, guiding you more than you know. to chase the light. It finds you in your darkest night. Even when you feel alone, there's a place that feels like home. This is a peace no fear can break. Even when your whole world shakes, it holds you close, it won't let go. A silent truth you start to know. When everything feels out of place and time moves at a frantic pace, there's still a calm you can return, a steady fire that will burn. Through every loss, through every gain, through every question, every pain, you're being shaped, you're being grown into a strength you've never known. No storm can wash away your core. You're stronger now than before. Every step, both slow and fast, is building something meant to last. So take a breath and just release. Step into that deeper peace, not defined by what you see, but by what you're meant to be. There's a vision calling clear, even through the doubt and fear. A higher path, a truer way, unfolding more with every day. You are not what holds you back. You are more than what you lack. There's a purpose in your fight. There's a reason for your light. This is a peace beyond the noise, unaffected by the void. It anchors you when all feels lost, reminds you of what's worth the cost. So stand again, don't run away. You're stronger than your worst day. With every breath, begin anew. There's something greater moving you. And when the world feels cold and wide, you'll feel that strength rise up inside. Because the peace you carry through is shaping everything in you. When the sky feels low and closes in, and you're worn from where you've been, when every road looks just the same, and hope feels like a losing game, there's a whisper moving through the air, not demanding, always there. It finds you in your quiet mind, a steady truth, gentle and kind. You don't have to earn your way. You don't have to chase the day. There's a place where you can rest, where your heart can feel its best. Even when the storms collide and waves rise up from every side, there's a calm beneath it all, a deeper strength that will not fall. This is a peace no world can shake, not a mask you have to fake. It lives within, it always stays through all your nights and all your days. When fear begins to write your story and doubt tries to steal your glory, there's a light you can return to, a clearer path that pulls you through. You are not your worst mistakes. You are more than what it takes to simply stand and face the fight. You were made to rise in light. Every step you thought was lost, every tear, no matter the cost, is building something strong and true, a better, braver side of you. So breathe again, release the weight. You don't have to hesitate. There's a future calling loud, beyond the fear, beyond the crowd. Let the noise just fade away. There's a truth that's here to stay, not defined by shifting ground, but by a peace that's always found. You don't have to understand every turn or every plan. Just take the step, you'll find your way more clearly with each passing day. This is a peace beyond the fight, a quiet strength, a guiding light. Not something fragile, not something small, but something that outlasts it all. So when your heart begins to race and life feels hard to face, remember what you hold inside, a constant, faithful, steady guide. And when the world feels far too wide, you'll find your center deep inside, because the peace that lives in you will always lead your spirit through. When the day begins before you're ready, and your thoughts won't stay steady, when the weight of the world sits on your chest, and even silence won't let you rest, you try to keep moving, try to stay strong, but something inside feels quietly wrong, like you're chasing a finish you cannot see, running from who you're meant to be. But underneath all the noise and speed, there's a deeper place your heart can lead. Not built on pressure, not built on fear, but something constant, always near. It doesn't rush you, doesn't demand. It meets you gently, takes your hand in the middle of chaos and the unknown. It reminds you you're not alone. You don't have to carry every load, you don't have to walk every road. There's a strength that rises when you release, a doorway opening into peace. This is a calm no storm can steal, something quiet, something real, not dependent on highs or lows, but a steady river that always flows. Even when your vision blurs and doubt begins to stir, there's a truth that stays the same, not tied to loss, not bound by gain. You are more than the fear you feel, more than the wounds that haven't healed. Every step, though unsure and slow, is leading you where you need to go. When the night feels long and cold, and every story you've been told starts to break and fall apart, there's a light still in your heart, a spark that time cannot erase, a quiet strength you can embrace. It's been with you from the start, the steady rhythm in your heart. So take a breath, let go of strain. You don't have to hold the pain. Every tear that falls like rain is not in loss, it's not in vain. There's a purpose in the unseen, in every place that you have been. Even in moments you can't explain, there's something rising through the pain. You are not behind, you're on your way. Even when you lose your way, there's a path being formed ahead by every word you never said. This is a peace beyond control, anchored deep within your soul, not shaken by the outside view, but something living inside you. When the pressure starts to climb and you feel you're out of time, pause a moment, close your eyes. There's clarity beyond the lies. Let the noise just fade to gray. There's a brighter, truer way. Not in rushing, not in fear, but in knowing something's near. You don't have to prove your place, you don't have to win the race. You are already standing strong, you've been enough all along. Every breath you take is new, every moment carries you closer to a life that's real, closer to a deeper feel. This is your time, your chance to rise, not by force, not by disguise, but by a truth you can't deny. Something deeper, something high. So stand again when you feel weak. There's a strength you didn't seek, but it found you right on time, in the middle of your climb. And when the world feels hard to face, return again to that quiet place, because the peace you carry within is where your truest life begins. When the world keeps spinning faster than your thoughts can follow, and every promise feels uncertain, every victory feels hollow. When the echoes of your worries fill the corners of your mind, and you search for something lasting, something steady you can find. You wake up with a question you don't know how to say, like you're standing at a crossroads but the signs are faded gray. Every voice is pulling harder, telling you which way to go, but deep inside there's something quiet that already seems to know. It doesn't rush, it doesn't push, it doesn't force your hand. It waits for you in stillness, in a place you didn't plan. Beyond the rush of endless noise, beyond the fear you feel, there's a truth that stays unshaken, something constant, something real. You don't have to solve it all, you don't have to see the end, you don't have to hold the weight you were never meant to mend. There's a strength that finds you gently when you finally let it in, not in power, not in pressure, but in peace that grows within. This is a calm no storm can conquer, no chaos can erase, a quiet kind of courage that no fear can replace. Even when your heart is trembling, even when your steps feel small, there's a steady ground beneath you that has always held it all. Through the night nights you felt abandoned, through the days you felt unsure, through the moments full of questions with no answers that were pure. There was something walking with you, though you couldn't always see, a silent kind of presence shaping who you're meant to be. Every tear you tried to hide, every word you couldn't speak, every time you felt too broken, every time you felt too weak, wasn't wasted, wasn't empty, wasn't lost along the way. It was building something deeper, you will understand one day. You are not defined by failure, you are not your deepest fear, you are not the voice that tells you that your ending must be near. There's a greater story forming underneath the surface lines, one that moves beyond the limits, one that stretches past all time. So when the pressure starts to rise and the weight becomes too much, when you feel like every effort only slips beyond your touch, pause a moment, close your eyes, let the silence draw you near. There's a calm that's always waiting, there's a voice you need to hear. It says you're still moving forward even when you cannot see. It's okay to not have answers, you are right where you should be. There's a path that's being written with each step you choose to take. Even every wrong direction can become the right remake. You don't have to chase perfection, you don't have to earn your place, you don't have to wear a mask just to keep up in the race. There's a freedom in surrender, there's a strength in letting go, there's a deeper kind of living that your heart is meant to know. This is a peace beyond a logic, beyond reason, beyond sight, a steady flame that keeps on burning even in the darkest night. Not dependent on your circumstances, not controlled by what you see, but a quiet, endless current flowing through your destiny. And when the world tries to define you by the things you didn't do, when it tells you you are failing, when it says you're breaking through, there's a truth that stands above it. There's a voice that calls you higher, not in shame and not in pressure, but in purpose and in fire. So rise again, even slowly, even when your strength feels thin. There's a power that awakens every time you choose within. Every breath becomes a turning, every step a brand new start. There's a future being written in the language of your heart. And when everything feels fragile, when your ground begins to shake, when the fear of losing everything is more than you can take, you'll discover something deeper that was there all along, a peace that keeps you standing, a place where you belong, because the calm you carry inside you is not something you create. It's a gift you're rediscovering, something time cannot erase. And no matter what surrounds you, no matter what has been, that unshakable peace within you is where your life begins. When the dawn breaks slowly through your window, but your heart still feels the weight of yesterday, when the echoes of unfinished dreams surround you, and you're not sure if you still know the way, when the road ahead feels unfamiliar and every sign seems harder to read, when the strength you thought you carried feels like something you no longer can be, there's a place beyond the racing thoughts, beyond the pressure to become, not in striving, not in proving, but in who you've always been from the start. It meets you in the quiet moments, in the pause between each breath, where the noise begins to loosen and the fear begins to rest. This is a peace no chaos can shatter, no sudden storm can steal away. It doesn't fade when things get harder, it remains when skies turn gray. Even when your hands are shaking, even when your voice feels small, there's a strength that's gently rising, that has always held it all. Through every doubt that tried to claim you, through every lie that pulled you down, there was something standing with you, even when you almost drowned. Every step that felt so broken, every path that led to pain, wasn't wasted, wasn't meaningless, it was forming you through the rain. You are not the fear that haunts you, you are not the past you've known. There's a deeper truth within you, a foundation like a stone. So when the pressure starts to tighten and your breath becomes too fast, take a moment, feel the stillness, let the noise begin to pass. There's a voice that doesn't rush you, doesn't force you to pretend. It reminds you in the silence, you are held from start to end. You don't have to see the future, you don't have to know it all. There's a path that's slowly forming, even when you feel too small. Every heartbeat is a signal, every breath a second chance. Every moment holds a meaning, even in uncertainty stands. This is a peace beyond all understanding, not something you can control. It's a calm that finds you deeply at the center of your soul. Not dependent on your victories, not defined by your mistakes, but a quiet, constant presence that no circumstance can shake. So rise again, even trembling, even if you're not yet strong. There's a power in your rising that has been there all along. Let the past fall like the shadows, let the future gently unfold. You don't have to carry everything, you don't have to be so bold. Just take one step in the silence, let your heart begin to see. There's a light that's always with you, leading you to where you're meant to be. And when the world feels overwhelming and your strength begins to bend, you will find that deeper stillness was your shelter in the end. Because the peace that lives within you is not distant, it's not far. It's the quiet, steady whisper, reminding you just who you are. When the world feels louder than your own breathing, and every thought keeps pulling you apart, when the weight of endless expectations leaves a quiet heaviness in your heart, when you try to find a reason to keep going, but the answers seem too far away, and every step feels like a question you're not sure you're meant to to phase. There's a space beyond the noise you're hearing, a place untouched by fear or doubt, not in the rush of constant motion, but where your soul can finally breathe out. It doesn't ask for your perfection, it doesn't measure what you've done. It meets you right inside the moment before the race has even begun. You don't have to earn your standing, you don't have to prove your name. There's a deeper kind of knowing that remains beyond the game. This is a peace no world can fracture, no sudden change can take away. It lives beneath the shifting surface, it quietly chooses to stay. Even when your vision blurs in darkness, even when your strength feels thin, there's a calm that wraps around you like a light that starts within. Through every door that closed before you, through every path that disappeared, there was something still unfolding. Even when you felt unclear, every moment you felt broken, every time you lost your way, wasn't leading you to nothing, it was shaping you each day. You are not the doubt you carry, you are not the fear you feel. There's a truth beneath the surface, something constant, something real. So when the pressure starts to rise again and your heart begins to race, pause and listen to the silence. There's a strength you can embrace. It won't shout above the chaos, it won't force you into place, but it gently pulls you closer to a calm you can't replace. You don't have to see the outcome, you don't have to understand every reason, every answer, every detail that was planned. There's a path that's slowly forming with each step you choose to take, even when it feels uncertain, even when your hands still shake. This is a peace beyond all knowing, not defined by what you see. It's a steady, quiet current flowing through your destiny, not controlled by outside pressure, not undone by sudden change, but a constant inner anchor through the calm and through the strange. So rise again, even in weakness, even when your voice feels small. There's a strength that grows within you that has always held it all. Let the noise begin to fade now, let the fear lose all its claim. You are moving toward a future that is greater than your pain. Every breath becomes a turning, every step a brand new start. There's a vision growing clearer deep within your waiting heart. And when the world feels overwhelming and your ground begins to shake, you will find that deeper stillness is the path you're meant to take. Because the peace that lives inside you is not fragile, it won't bend. It's the quiet, endless foundation where your truest life begins. When the night stretches longer than your strength can hold, and every promise you believe begins to feel too old, when the mirror shows a version you don't recognize, and you're tired of pretending behind your own disguise, when the voices in your head won't let you rest, and every thought feels like another test, when you've given more than you can explain, and all you're left with is a silent kind of pain. There's a place you've almost forgotten exists, not in the noise, not in the endless lists, not in the race that never seems to end, but in the quiet where your heart can mend. It doesn't measure what you've achieved, it doesn't ask what you believe. It meets you right where you fall apart, and gently gathers every piece of your heart. You don't have to carry what breaks your soul, you don't have to fix what you can't control. There's a deeper current underneath, a steady ground beneath your feet. This is a peace no fear can conquer, no shadow can overtake. Even when your whole world trembles, it's a calm no storm can shake. Through every moment you felt unseen, through every place you've ever been, there was something holding on, even when you thought it was gone. Every tear that fell in silence, every hidden quiet plea was never lost or overlooked. It was shaping who you'd be. You are not the weight you're under, you are not the voice of doubt. There's a deeper truth within you, calling you to rise back out. So when your chest feels tight with pressure and your breath begins to fade, step away from all the chaos, let the heavy thoughts cascade. There's a stillness waiting for you, just beyond the rush and fear. It's a calm that doesn't leave you, even when the end feels near. See tomorrow, you don't have to know the way. There's a path that's being written through the choices you make today. Every heartbeat is a signal, every breath a chance to start. Every moment holds a doorway to a stronger, freer heart. This is a peace beyond all reason, not confined to what you know. It's a quiet, endless presence that continues to flow, not dependent on your failures, not erased by your mistakes, but a constant inner anchor that no pressure ever breaks. So stand again, even if shaking, even if your strength feels gone. There's a power in your rising that has been with you all along. Let the past release its hold now, let the future gently grow. You don't have to have the answers, there's a deeper way to know. Every step you take in courage, every moment you believe, builds a life beyond the surface. more than you could ever see. And when the world feels overwhelming and the ground beneath you bends, you will find that quiet stillness was your refuge in the end. Because the peace that lives within you is not something you must chase. It's the steady, endless presence you've been learning to embrace. When the morning comes but your heart feels behind, like the world moved on and left you in time. When the dreams you held feel distant and small, and you question if they mattered at all. When the weight of almost won't let you breathe, and you're tired of hoping in what you can't see. When every step feels heavy and slow, like you've lost the direction you used to know. There's a place untouched by the rise and fall, not defined by winning or losing it all, not shaped by the noise of what others say, but something deeper that won't drift away. It meets you not in your strongest hour, but right when you've given up your power. In the quiet space where you finally rest, you begin to discover what matters best. You don't have to carry the world alone. You don't have to build what's not your own. There's a path unfolding under your feet, even when it feels incomplete. This is a peace no fear can erase, not dependent on time or place. Even when everything feels undone, it remains when the race is run. Through every moment you felt delayed, through every plan that somehow strayed, there was something working silently, forming a deeper reality. Every setback, every fall was never the end at all. It was shaping strength inside, teaching you how to rise. You are not behind the line, you are moving in perfect time. Even when it's hard to see, there's a greater flow to your story. So when your thoughts begin to race and doubt starts to take its place, pause and step into the still. There's a quiet guiding will. It doesn't force, it doesn't shout, but it clears the fog of every doubt. It reminds you deep within, you don't have to strive to win. You don't have to know the end, you don't have to always understand. There's a wisdom growing slow in every step you choose to go. This is a peace beyond the mind, not something the world can define. It's a steady, endless stream flowing through your every dream, not controlled by what you face, not diminished by your pace, but a constant living truth that restores your inner you. So rise again, even in delay, even when you've lost your way. There's a power in your breath, stronger than the fear of death. Let the past fall out of sight, let your heart return to light. You are not what tried to break, you are every step you take. Every breath becomes a door to a life that's so much more. Every moment, big or small, carries meaning through it all. And when the world feels far too fast and you're afraid you'll never last, you'll find a place that always stays beyond the rush of passing days. Because the thought within, that unshakable peace you feel, is the place where you